Good evening. I'm looking to see what lies ahead. The old Romans used to tell the future by cutting animals open and examining their entrails. Due to some objections by anti-vivisectionists, we have to admit the butchery. But through the wonders of modern science, we are not denied a glimpse into the future. Besides, it is much more tidy this way. This is the X-ray of a goat, an animal the ancients found to be full of strange portents. Looks like rain. I can see this will also give us an insight about the past. For example, I now know what happened to those car keys I lost last summer. As to the immediate future, either this X-ray plate was not properly developed, or else we are in for a very dismal time of it for the next 2 minutes. G'day everyone, and welcome to something very different for our little channel here. This is the 39 Steps, a digital adaptation of John Buchan's espionage thriller, also an amazing movie by the great Alfred Hitchcock, as was demonstrated by our opening sequence. Anyway, without further ado, we are going to dive into this. I have no idea what's going to happen. But let's see what happens when we take on the role of Richard Hannay, who found himself framed for a murder he did not commit. He now must escape London and prove his innocence, and stay alive long enough to solve the riddle of the 39 steps. There are secrets to be discovered, locations to be explored, and above all else, an incredible tale to be told in this groundbreaking interactive novel. This book was also the inspiration to Ian Fleming's James Bond. So, my dear viewer, without further ado, let us anti-clockwise makes you go back. Ooh. Cool. You'll see a diamond. Left click anywhere to advance the scene, moving the story forward. Very good. 39 steps is largely a pointer-free experience. Rotate the mouse, but when you see one, that's your cue to interact. Apartment. Let us see what belies. Some locations can be explored. Ooh, bookmark created. When in explore mode, you can click and drag the mouse to look around. You can also interact with glowing objects. Ooh. Oh yes, very good. Are you glowing? Bennings Bank. Dear Mr. Hannay, welcome to England. I hope your journey from Rhodesia was not too arduous. Would you like to come into the bank and we can discuss matters regarding your Rhodesian mining shares? If you could please make an appointment with my clerk, Mr. Scoop, on Temple 6733. Yours sincerely, Mr. Edward Ainsley, manager, Bennings Bank. Ooh, what can we do? Ooh, zoom. Extreme close-up. Oh, yes, very good, very good. Very good. Back. Yes, let's go back. Can't take a drink of whiskey. No, none of these things are glowing. Disappointing, really. Can't open the drawers. Clicking, clicking, clicking. No. Okay, done. Moving right along. Award the graduate. Okay, congratulations. You've made it through our short tutorial and have been given an award for your efforts. There are 15 more of these to collect. You will shortly begin your journey through the 39 steps. All progress will be auto-saved, but you can also use bookmarks to manage your progress and revisit key scenes. Right-click or hit spacebar to return to the main menu during play. This also acts as pause. Excellent. The Wrong Ditch. Richard Hannay is living in London, England. He yearns for a more interesting life. The Wrong Ditch. Dum dum dum. Monday, 18 May 1914, London, England. Merry old England. I wonder if we'll run into Casey or Sally or Emma. This will be fun. Merry old England in 1914, eh? Merry little London. I returned from the city on that May afternoon, pretty well disgusted with life. Now, I should be trying to do a Canadian accent, because in the movie, Mr. Hannay, Richard Hannay, was a Canadian gentleman. But I must admit my Canadian accent is not great. So, let's rotate our mouse. I had been 3 months in the old country and was fed up with it. A nice cozy fire. A club. A beautiful...
Richard Hannay, you have got into the wrong ditch, my friend, and you had better climb out.
Ooh, Richard Hannay. Okay, so we can explore the life of Richard Hannay. Now, it seems to be that we go this way, the old clockwise angle, so let's go Richard Hannay the child and explore who he was. Richard Hannay. My father had brought me out from Scotland to South Africa at the age of 6, and I had never been home since. I grew up in the Cape Colony, which was then under British rule. Teenager. I spent much of my time by the Zambezi, where I would fish. There are several hundred species in its waters, including the infamous tigerfish and Zambezi shark. The wide open spaces of the veld also interested me greatly, and the various methods of survival in such an uncompromising landscape. Very good. The working man. I had earned my pile. Not one of the big ones, but good enough for me. I had put in 3 years prospecting for copper in German Damerland, and spoke the German tongue pretty fluently. I went on to become a mining engineer in Kimberley, where I was instrumental to the formation of De Beers Consolidated Mines. Very famous mining company, De Beers. The diamond mines were a rough business, with countless good men lost in horrific accidents and other things. The soldier. I served the British forces during the Matabele conflict and was decorated for my role. I served 2 years with the Imperial Light Horse. That's an Australian regiment, mostly. And was an intelligence officer at Daloga Bay in the Second Boer War. I lost many friends during the war years. The Kera. My final years in Africa were in the municipality of Bulawayo, where I fought during the Matabele War. I resided once again with my father, who had taken ill. After he died, I decided to leave the Cape and head back to the old country. The present. Very good. A lot of imperious ladies asked me to tea to meet schoolmasters from New Zealand and editors from Vancouver. Lovely place, Vancouver. My good buddy Ono Koho comes from that general area. And that was the most dismal of all businesses. I had no real pal to go about with, which probably explains things. Pretty much, plenty of people invited me to their houses, but they didn't seem much interested in me. I had counted on stopping in London for the rest of my days, but from the first I was disappointed with it. I was the beast. I was the best bored man in England. Very good. Okay, so that's the life story of one Richard Hannay. Here I was, 37 years old. Whoa. Back the truck. Doesn't look like we can get that back. No, gimme. Okay. Oh, back the truck up. Alright, we're getting a handle on this. Okay. I had a long drink and read the evening papers. They were full of the row in the Near East, and there was an article about Carolides, the Greek premier. From all accounts, he seemed the one big man in the show, and he played a straight game too, which is more than could be said for most of them. Typical politics. We actually have an election here in Melbourne tomorrow. Quite unfortunate occurrence. Though, I'll be glad when it's over, because then we can get the horrid adverts off TV and YouTube. Someone had loaded the cylinder player. I felt a deep nostalgia for my homeland of Scotland as Annie Laurie filled the room. Alright, so we're in the Colonial Club here. We can now explore some of the surroundings. If there's any... Oh, here we go. The British Empire map of the world. Here we have Australia, India, the beautiful Canada up here, Alaska, Russia, the United States of America, South America, South Africa over here. England and Ireland. Beautiful, beautiful map of the world, that is. Oh. Our empire. At home and abroad. Well, I'm going to try and zoom in on this so you can read that at your leisure, if you are so inclined. Okay, Colonial Club fireplace. Right. Oh. Okay. Presented to Richard Hannay, Intelligence Office. Matabele War, 1897. Soldier of the British Empire. With some quality leather goods there. What do we have here? Well, the British Informer. They have a very shifty-looking gentleman here. He sees the reason he buys. Okay. Tensions in the Near East. Balkan affairs test Europe. Albanian uprising. Peasants revolt. Karolides keeps strong. Oh, so that's Karolides, the Greek premier. It's a Ford. It's a better car. It's cost less to buy and to maintain. It's the one car I need. It will break down every day I try to drive it because it's a Ford. See, this man clearly is insane and should be locked up and heavily medicated for wanting to buy a Ford. Oh, another shifty-looking dude. A lower warns of German menace. So this must be a lower. He's warning of a German menace. Borwick. The banking powder. Oh, the baking powder. Whoops. On top of the world. Harris Tweed. For all your tweed needs. Stop at Harris. Empire celebrations ahoy. Rain won't stop the show. Londoners. Here we go. Londoners' spirits are undampened by reports of bad weather. Not an unusual occurrence in London, nor in Melbourne, for that matter. During Saturday's Empire Day celebrations. On the contrary, record numbers are expected to turn out for the Hyde Park Parade and similar other events across the Empire. Rain or shine, millions of British citizens from across the globe will celebrate our late Majesty Queen Victoria's 95th birthday. Unfortunately, not everyone will be able to get to Hyde Park for the occasion. For those who do, it is, of course, highly appropriate that the parade is under the patronage of one of our Queen's granddaughters and her husband, Prince and Princess Alexander of Teak, and under the command of Lieutenant General Sir Henry H. Settle, Knight Commander of the Knight Commander of the Bath, Distinguished Service Officer, I believe, is DSO, former Commander of Portsmouth Coastal Defence. These outdoor demonstrations will include the attendance of Field Right here. Oh, hang on. No. Field Marshal. Here we go. Field Marshal Lord Roberts of Candishire, holder of the Victorian Cross and countless other honours, who will be taking the salute from more than 6,000 schoolchildren at the parade. But what of the bad weather of late? And the potential for it to rain on Saturday. A bit of rain won't stop the show, said John Humphreys, 52, of Aldgate. I have my flag at the ready, and my umbrella too, just in case. Daisy Donaldson, 9, of Hampstead, was just as positive. I'm relaxed, excited, and I don't think it will rain. We've been rehearsing songs and dances for the big day. And like Daisy, children up and down the country, from Cornwall to the Highlands of Scotland, and the Welsh valleys in between, will be given a half-day holiday to sing patriotic songs and listen to inspirational speeches and tales of daring do from across the Empire. Somehow, they will also find the energy to take part in marches, maypole dances, concerts, fetes, and parties. In every outpost of the Empire, church services will be held, and a variety of events are set to take place. You can rest assured that the flags of the British Isles will be held high in those far-flung colonies, like Australia! Yeah! Sorry, now, of course, the day was Monday, the 18th of May, 1914. That's only a couple of months before my grandfather was born. Anyway, moving right along. We appear to... there appears to be something else. Ah, more newspapers. Wow. The Empire Buxton Hotel. Trocadero Restaurant. Tonight, Miss Kathleen Peck. We need to do the Criterion. Interesting. So, okay. Grosvenor Hotel, Coventry. Ready to wear Ascot gowns. Oh, nice. There'll be morning suits for wearing to Royal Ascot and such. Not seeing anything of real interest here. Hopefully some clues, but no doing. Alright, let's move right along. The bell inside of again. About 6 o'clock, I went home. So James Square, I've been there. My flat was the first floor in a new block behind Langham Place. Very good. Enter. Okay, seems to be the only thing we can do. There was no restaurant or anything of that sort. Each flat was quite shut off from the others. Okay, so we can examine the mailboxes. Richard Hannay. Oh, deep mail. There you go. Hey, Booney. I like it. Okay. Dear Richard, how's London? I hope the... Man. Okay, I'm not even going to try and read that because that's like handwriting worse than mine. Yours, Peter Pinnas. Okay. Somewhat dodgy. Okay, we can't actually view the... Nope, can't view the envelope. Very good. Wasn't anything else in there? No, just the shifty... Oh, hang on. Show text. Okay. Dear Richard House London, I do hope Paddock is looking after you well. Look, horse... And that your luck on the horses is lasting out. 10 to 1 it is. Now, here's a tale for you. Oh, hang on. We probably want to click next. Last month in Kalahari, in the Kalahari, I found myself in a tight spot. After 2 days on the plane, I lost my way and I could not find the river. I was forced to go without water for these 3 days, and 5 without a morsel of food, save for a few mapan worms. Probably not pronouncing that correctly, but okay. An excellent source of protein, which steered me away from starvation. Oh, very good. Then I ran into an old chief to whom I owed money. Because of my debt, he refused to help me, so I had to continue on my feet. The desert is not kind to any man. But I made it out. And a man in Tanganyika sold me a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which will be my partner in my future hunts. Good dogs, Rhodesian Ridgebacks. I have named the animal Shaka, after the old Zulu chief, and will take him to the Congo with me, where I go for the elephants. I plan to leave next week if I can get my new rifle finished in time. Yours, Peter Pina, not Pinas. Very good. Right. Stairs, up, door, open. Ooh. Draw the symbols as they appear. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's quite cool. Very cool. I like that. Nice, nice, nice.
Paddock, that's me home. I'll be heading out for dinner.
Collected paddock. I hate servants on the premises, so I had a fellow to look after me who came in by the day. He arrived before 8 o'clock every morning and used to depart at 7, for I never dined at home. Oxford Circus, yes, been there. Regent Street, yep, been there. Grosvenor Square, been there. Trafalgar Square. I do love London. Don't know how we managed to be bored, but anywho, moving right along, that evening I dined at the Cafe Royal. Or Royal. No, I headed elsewhere for entertainment. Do. Ooh, Leicester Square. Ooh, the Alhambra. The Alhambra Theatre. All right. An evening's entertainment. Leicester Square. Music halls. Okay. Music hall. The countless music halls of London were one way of passing the evening away. Farces of all styles played a conspicuous part in this week's bill. Leicester Square. On this particular evening I wandered to Leicester Square, where the more resplendent theatre of varieties could be found. A show at the Alhambra caught my eye, though one could never be quite sure of the act until it had been seen. Right. We're going to the Alhambra. It was a silly show. I did not stay long. Well, that was unfortunate. So, wandering the streets of London by night. On the way home, I gave half a crown to a beggar, because I saw him yawn. He was a fellow sufferer. I made a vow I would give the old country another day to fit me into something. If nothing happened, I would take the next boat for the Cape. New event, an unlikely visitor. Well, I'm going to leave this episode here, folks. I want to thank you all for joining me. If you enjoyed this first episode of the 39 Steps and want to see everything else that happens, please leave a like, a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And if you are new to the channel and want to see more videos like this and all the other stuff we do, 7 Days to Die, Subsistence, Hitman, Fallout, and many, many, many fine things, please subscribe and hit the notification icon. And comments, please feel free to leave comments because they are unbelievable and you folks are awesome. So anyway, until next time, thanks again for joining us. Laters.